let's welcome Rafiah Al Talei. She's a editor-in-chief for Sada in the Middle East program at Carnegie Endowment for International Peace. Thank you very much for joining us today. Now, nobody in the region, or no country in the region, has a desire to fully escalate this war to spill over into, Israel and Palestine's neighbours. What kind of misstep or altercation could spark a broader conflict?
Thank you for having me. I think when we talk about the region, I would like to talk about the Gulf states specifically. I think the de-escalation in the region can be done with pressure from the countries normalized already with Israel, like United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and of course other Arab countries in North Africa like Morocco, Sudan as well. But now, obviously, these countries from the beginning, they didn't put the Palestinian cause or the Palestinian issues in their normalization treaties, and that's why now they don't have any leverage over Israel. Turning to China itself, it means two things. First, that they already, all the countries in the region, including other Islamic countries, have lost hope in the United States to put any additional pressure, or maybe Israel wouldn't listen even to the United States anymore. And the other thing that even these Arab countries or the Arab countries and Islamic countries also couldn't do anything by themselves, and they wanted some kind of international maybe cover, or to include another superpower, which is China. So unfortunately to say, and I think it is very sad for me as an Arab and a Muslim, that to see that even the countries normalized with Israel, but the entire region couldn't do anything to help Palestinians so far.
So Qatar is not the most effective regional mediator, would you say, or it is still?
Yes, so Qatar, of course, is the most effective, and the country name was there from the beginning. But Qatar's role is limited so far by the role given to Qatar to negotiate the hostage release, and it is very difficult situation for Qatar for also for many factors. First, of course, Qatar has relations with Hamas, and from the beginning was helping in Gaza hospitals and other aids, but that, of course, with full coordination with Israel itself and approval of the United States. Now the hostages problem, from the beginning, Hamas said that they will, release the hostages if Israel would also release all the prisoners in Israel's prison, and they are like more than 5,000 that time, or 6,000, and now the number increased. So after seeing the bombing and all the things, also Qatar role or Qatar position becoming even more difficult, because some of these hostages already died, as Hamas announced, or they lost contact with the hostages and their holders, or the people who are under their custody. But also Qatar afterwards, we don't know when this war or the ceasefire will happen, will again be in the position where will be accused. Qatar will be accused of supporting or too close to a terrorist organization, and that happened before to Qatar. So Qatar now is trying its best, but the situation doesn't help Qatar at all because of the escalation of the bombing and losing some of the hostages because of Israel continuous bombing of the of Gaza Strip in all its cities and parts. And then afterwards, again, Qatar will find itself maybe isolated because of the role it's playing with Hamas.
Okay. Well, let's hope that some movement can happen in China with this delegation this week. We'll have to leave it there for the time being. Really appreciate your time, Rafiah Al Talei, for us there.